speed round now that I want to go to, and these can be short answers, don't have to be long answers, just your quick thoughts on these things. And the first one is, I've already heard you talk about it today,
Yeah.
is Taxi.
Oh man. Good company, a lot of great information. If you're gonna do it, it's up to you, but make sure you go to the road rally. If you do it, I still think there's a ton of information out there if you don't want to have to pay to submit and get your music critique.
Spotify and DSPs, where do you follow with that? And do you submit all your stuff out to Spotify and DSPs, or do you have time, or what's the deal with that for you?
I submit everything I create for the Beat Store and and like Pond 5 stuff. I submit that to the DSPs. The stuff I do for libraries, I don't usually. They'll do that if they're releasing the album, so I don't really worry about that too much. If it's non-exclusive, then yeah, I'll release it out there as an instrumental to stream, another stream of income.
So I just have to mention this. We have to talk about this, Clint. We have to get this out.
Okay.
Dope.
It's my favorite word.
I know it. and we kind of talked about this in an interview I did with Dave Croft. I said I just can't pull that word off. It doesn't work for me. And I my students laugh and we talk about it.
Yeah.
And I invariably will mention you and your channel and say he's the dope king. I mean,
man, you just say, just dope. Try it. Just say that's dope, dude. That's dope.
It's dope. That's dope. No, see, it doesn't work. It doesn't really work.
I probably overuse it. I don't even know I'm saying it half the time, man. But yeah, that's a word of admiration and compliment. If I say you're dope or something's dope, it's a very, very good thing.
BMI or ASCAP for licensing or something else?
SESAC. I'm team SESAC.
I thought I remembered you being SESAC. Okay, yes. Cool. And explain about SESAC that you can't just join that, right?
Right. It's invite only. So, I was able to, they used to have an office here in Atlanta, and I was able to go to their events and meet with, some of the, the office managers and things like that. So I was able to build a relationship with them that way. But yeah, it's invite only. I'm assuming you have to have like a manager or an attorney reach out to them on your behalf, and kind of have, a catalog of music, to be able to be considered.
You think there's an advantage to SESAC over BMI?
So I started with BMI, and for me, the reason why I made the switch was I felt like SESAC was a little more family oriented, especially with them when they had the office here. And they did a lot of things for independent producers and artists to really learn and grow in their craft. It's easy to be able to talk to someone, if there's an issue, they're responsive. So it just felt, I don't know, it just felt more close knit to me. So it's
maybe smaller, maybe a bit smaller and more focused. Okay. Where do you fall on NFTs and crypto and how all of that relates to music?
Man, dude, still trying to learn that stuff, man. So, it's definitely the future. It's where we are and headed. Anything where content is being created, music is going to find its way there. You know what I mean? If there's any type of visual, anything, man, every new technology that's come around, music follows. So I think it's just making sure you're in a position to where you can take advantage of those opportunities. There's a company called Dequency, I think it's dequency.io, where they're like one of the first music licensing companies where you can license music for the metaverse, and they're working on opening it up for artists and composers to be able to submit their music and license it directly, so that pretty much everything is just like happening on the blockchain, so they can license a piece of music immediately. That smart contract is generated and you get paid immediately. So I think it's going to be dope. My favorite word, but it's just it's just a matter of time for it to come around.
So you're not dissing it at all. You're on board if it comes, right?
Yeah, man. I think it's one of the things that kind of keeps you in the game for a long time is just being able to adjust to new technology and things like that, or else you end up getting left behind. So yeah, I think it'll definitely be a dope thing, especially from an agreement contract kind of standpoint for that stuff to kind of be automated the way it is. I think it's really cool for sure.
I remember 10 years ago, I had trouble with clients going to PayPal. They like, I don't know if I trust PayPal. I
Hmm.
don't understand what PayPal is. Why isn't it? How does it connect to my bank? I don't under it. It seems like can I trust it? All that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. And sometimes I feel like crypto, once it is accepted everywhere, will become like a PayPal type of thing where it's part of what we do and
Yep.
it just integrates. How do you balance all the production or composing and then producing it all, not just for sync, but you're also doing some stock stuff? And how do you weigh your time for that? And then you're such an active teacher
Hmm.
online and on your channel and on all of the socials. So
Yeah.
how do you balance all that? How do you assign hours, and what's more important, and how do you figure that out?
Yeah, man, it all works together, right? So I try and break things up by days, and obviously, since we just had a new baby, so now I'm kind of reworking my whole schedule.
Yeah.
But I try and break things up by days, and of course, it depends on what's priority. But I may have Monday through Wednesday dedicated to music production, where I'm just working on all things music production and creating music. And then the priority list on those days is going to be depending on, the deadlines, what's due first, what needs to be done, who am I communicating with as far as writers, producers, things
Mhm.
like that. So I'm doing that. And then, I may have Thursday dedicated to content creation, where I'm just, shooting videos or, writing down ideas for content or scripting out things for different other brand partnerships and things like that. So all of that is done on that day. And then Friday may be an admin day, where I'm just taking care of the business stuff, the marketing stuff, making
Mhm.
sure things on the website is running smoothly. And then, each and every day there's some time dedicated to, interacting with my followers and students and things like that. Checking DMs and emails and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of how I bounce. I kind of chop it up by days, and I like to kind of batch, the same tasks together, so that, I'm not jumping from music production to video editing to
Yeah.
content. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
just kind of keeping everything in a
Oh, I
in a
know what you
pocket.
mean. Take weekends off? You work weekends or no?
No, but don't work weekends
Yeah, me too. Okay.
anymore now. When I
Yeah.
had the day job, weekends was when I would get a lot done. But now, I'm able to just kind of dedicate that to the family for sure.
All right, last question. Ads. Do you do any ads on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff? How do you do with
Yeah,
that?
I do ads. I recommend starting off organic. If you can build traction organic, and you can get people to give you feedback organically, then ads is just going to magnify what you're already doing organically. So, if you have dope music or if you have dope content, then ads is only going to magnify that dope content. But if the content's trash, it doesn't matter. You can throw money behind it. You're just
Hmm.
wasting money. You know what I mean?
It's
So,
true.
the
Yep.
most important thing is making sure you're putting out, quality information, quality music. And then if you do decide to invest in ads, just being smart about it, learning about it, or getting someone who knows a little bit more about it, so that you can maximize it and not, waste a bunch of money.
Awesome.